I dread this movie. The day has come for me to finally review this Batman reboot, Superman sequel, Justice League prequel movie. This movie that I had so much hope for, so much hype for, kind of let me down in a very bad way. And trying to let it out the bag, just trying to give my full-fledged, honest, no fanboy review of Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Zakka. And what is Movie Breakdowns? A movie review series. We look at new and old movies, give them a grade A through F, plus and minus that do count. Sometimes I have a guest on, sometimes it's just me. And today, I'm going to review Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. This movie, I saw in theaters. And I never forget the day I saw it in theaters. There's a few movies I remember watching in theaters and remember my reaction of it, remember how the movie made me feel. There's 3 movies that when I watch in theaters, I saw in theaters, I look back and it's like, I do not like this movie. I wasted my time. Why is this happening? First one was Avatar: The Last Airbender, or The Last Airbender. The second one was Fantastic Four, the reboot, by the way, with Michael B. Jordan in it, which is sad because that movie has a good cast. And then the third one is Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. And I remember watching this movie in theaters and remember the opening scene. I was like, okay, we're doing the, Batman death again, the death of Martha and Thomas Wayne. And I was like, okay, cool. This is happening, whatever. It's a nice little take on it. I like it. We get it. We know the storyline. If you know Batman, if you just watch the Christopher Nolan versions, you know how you become Batman. Get it? That's fair. The music wasn't bad either. The music was really good with the opener, and you're like, okay. And then you show, Metropolis getting destroyed, and Bruce Wayne and Metropolis trying to save some of his employees during the destruction of Zai versus Superman, which I thought was kind of cool. You get to the ground version of it. The opening of this movie is great. Then you get this giant stall out version in the middle, which adds nothing to the movie. The parts of the Flash coming out of nowhere to interrupt Bruce Wayne, who's having these visions of him being on Apocalypse, and Lex Luthor and all the wacky stuff he's doing. Like, why do we need that in this movie? Why is this stuff in this movie that's dragging us out? The night vision, the can't trust Superman storyline. Okay. What we trying to do here? Because you got the can't trust Superman storyline. Then you have Batman and his visions. Then you got Lex Luthor doing his thing. And then you have all these other things into this movie that didn't need to add into there, and then make this middle part of the movie super long. Mind you, this movie is, let me double check, 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours and 30 minutes. And this is the edited version. The unedited version, I think it's 3 hours so long, which I've never seen. But I heard that stuff kind of makes the movie flow a little better, and it explains some of the things that in the theatrical version doesn't explain. Then you get the Batman vs. Superman fight that everybody looking forward to. You get that fight scene, which is like a few minutes, 8 minutes, I believe, the actual time limit is. I could be wrong on that one. I ain't double check. It's a fact check if you want to. Then you get the death of Superman with Doomsday at the end of this movie. And you're like, hold on. It's a pretty sure it's Batman vs. Superman, Death of Superman, Superman sequel, Batman reboot, Lex Luthor. Also get the Justice League coming into this movie. So we have, I just counted 6. I'm pretty sure there's more storylines in this movie than that. Which, why does that need to be in this movie? Unnecessary. Oh yeah, Wonder Woman's in this movie. Now this movie has potential. It had a lot of potential. And to be honest, the cast of this movie is great. I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I didn't have a problem with him being Batman. Now, a lot of people had a problem with Batman's character in this movie, the fact he killed people and didn't care. Like, he literally throws a box at a dude who gets splattered against the wall. Like, dude is knocked out. He shoots vehicles, blows up and kills people. So Batman is a killer in this movie. If you don't like that about your Batman, then I'm sorry about it. And people are like, well, Batman's not supposed to be a murderer. I don't care. I was okay with that. I get it. I get it. It goes against his code. But for the sake of this movie, I've learned to suspend my disbelief for certain things when it comes to comic books after watching Iron Man 3, which is another movie that I have to get to one day. I was completely fine with that. Henry Cavill is Superman. He will be Superman forever, forever, forever. He does a great Superman. He is good at what he does. I enjoy him as Superman. I wish he would stay Superman, but it happens. But yeah, Henry Cavill did a great job. Now, they didn't give him much to work with in this movie. They made Superman kind of like this brooding character in this movie, which they kind of did the same thing in Man of Steel, but he had a little more flair to him. And this one, he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm always sad. Should I be Superman? Should I not be Superman? People are don't want me to be around. I don't know how to handle this. And that's a storyline they should have went in depth on. And I wish they would have went in depth on, but they didn't do as much. Like, there's a scene in the movie where Superman is at court and Lex Luthor plants a bomb in this guy's wheelchair and blows up. And Superman has a moment where he looks like sad, but I wish it would have elaborated that more. I wish it would have had Superman walk out of the burning building, sit down in front of everybody, and just kind of like put his hands on his face and break down. Like, I wish he could have done that. He's like, I didn't hit the bomb there. Like, he goes talk to Lois Lane, so I didn't hit the bomb there. I'm gonna go fly off. Versus like, talk to people and say, this bomb went off. I was preoccupied with everything going on. I didn't hear it. I didn't notice it. It's my fault. You know? Or say, I wish we could find out who did this. They could have elaborated on that storyline a little more. They didn't. Amy Adams as Lois Lane. She was good in this movie. She's good. Lois Lane, the other one. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Before I go into the big side comes from Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. I don't know what source material he had with this, but it was not a good Lex Luthor. Like, he made the Lex Luthor a little more finicky and a little more over the top and out there versus the cool, calm, collective Lex Luthor of the cartoons and the comic books. Yes, Lex Luthor's a crazy guy, but he's never been somebody who's a wacky crazy. I get it, the old 1970s and 80s Superman made Lex Luthor like a cartoonish character, and then Kevin Spacey did the same thing in Superman Returns. But he had a different chance to put a different perspective on Lex Luthor than one of the kind of suave business owner who was like, I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't like Superman, what he stands for. He's trying to take me down, and he's opposed me he's in front of me from me getting to power and getting to glory. Superman stops me because he's just a do-gooder. I wish we had that Lex Luthor. I wish we had that Lex Luthor where Jesse Eisenberg would have been that guy who'd been like, no, man, we're not going to deal with this. I'm going to take out Superman because Superman is a threat to me. No, you get this Riddler, Joker kind of character does a like, you don't need that from our Lex Luthor. If he was a Riddler, it'd be perfectly fine. If his name wasn't even Lex Luthor, it'd been perfectly fine. But the fact that he was Lex Luthor, you screw that up. Now the part that everybody talks about in this movie is the fight scene. The Batman vs Superman fight scene, which is 8 minutes long. I actually enjoyed this fight scene. I thought the fight scene was pretty cool. Even to the point where it's like, save Martha. He's like, why did you say that name? Martha. Martha. Like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fight scene. I thought it was a pretty good fight. Thought it was pretty back and forth. And then the whole Martha scene happens. And you're like, oh, that's it? Batman's like, oh, well, Superman's not a bad guy. We're just gonna go save Martha. We're gonna go save Martha now, and let's do this. And then they team up together to fight Doomsday because Lex Luthor's like, well, my plan fell through. Which his plan was to get Batman versus Superman. That was the plan he wanted. He apparently wanted Batman to kill Superman. It didn't happen, so he had a backup plan for some reason, like he knew it wasn't gonna happen. Created Doomsday, and then we get the death a Superman storyline at the end of this movie where Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman fights Doomsday. Wonder Woman in the movie was pretty cool, and her fight scenes against Doomsday was pretty cool. The music was great. It's just that Doomsday didn't need to be in this movie. You didn't need to have Doomsday in this movie. At all. At all. But you threw him in there, and then the movie kept telling you that, oh, they're on an inhabited land. They're fighting on an island that's nobody around them. Superman's taking Doomsday to the space where nobody's around him. They wanted to keep letting you know, because people complain about Man of Steel, there's so much destruction, which I don't know why people complain about that. The movie wanted to let you know that, oh, they're fighting in an uninhabited area where no people are around. We don't need to know that. We can tell that people are not around by the fact that people are not running around. We can tell there's no destruction going on besides just the building itself. We can tell that. And then people talk about, well, the reveal of the Justice League in this movie was through an email. That's cool. I don't care. Like, people will complain about that. That's not something to complain about. I don't know. People are like, well, that's kind of stupid that, you know, all the files will be right there in the email, so anybody can plug them up and, oh, look, it's Aquaman. Yes. But for them to kind of go like, we're gonna do a sneak peek for Justice League, let's do this right here, shove it in real quick. Now, where DC went wrong with this movie was they tried to cram too much in once. I already led onto it earlier. They tried to cram too much in at once. What they should have did was Batman vs Superman, that's it. Or they could have done Superman 2, Batman vs Superman. Or Man of Steel 2, I should say, Batman vs Superman. That would have worked. That would have been perfectly fine. You could introduce Lex Luthor and introduce Bruce Wayne. You could have had Superman dealing with the repercussions of the events of Man of Steel. You could have Superman being like this savior, but also people who hate Superman, who don't think he's a good savior and think he's a bad guy, like Batman and like Lex Luthor. You could have Lex Luthor even believe that Superman is, you know, and he kind of elaborates on a little more in Batman vs Superman, but he doesn't do a good job of it. But you could have that be his motive, that he's not to be trusted, he's from another planet, we gotta find a way to take him down. What if, you know, Superman decided to turn on us? Perfectly fine. And then you could have Batman's version of it, where Batman's like, he can't be trusted, he flies around, he thinks he has too much power, he'll go down. Heck, you could even have, well, I'm not sure that's gonna work well, but yeah, no, you could have Lex Luthor find a way to summon Batman and find a way to, because they never exchanged that in the movie. Lex Luthor and Batman never really had talking in movies, so the fact that Batman would automatically just fight Superman on behalf of Lex Luthor would make any sense. The movies just do that and they're like, oh, let's just have them fight because reasons. Versus, how about Lex Luthor have a talk with Batman? He called Batman, Batman's like, no, I'm not working with you, I'll do this my own way kind of deal. And Lex Luthor's like, okay, well, Batman's not going to do it my way, you need to go too. And try to take out Batman as well as Superman. And then Batman and Superman team up to take out Lex Luthor. Not Doomsday, but Lex Luthor. Find a way to put Lex Luthor in jail. And maybe Lex Luthor gets caught at the end. So you had Batman vs Superman, have them face each other towards the end, and literally knock each other out, and like Lex Luthor appeared and do the whole, bravo, my plan has come to fruition, you know, it's almost done, do it. Like the Shia LaBeouf, like, do it. Sorry for scratching my nose there, guys. But, I don't know. They could have done this movie so much more. And then, you don't have to do Batman vs. You don't have to do Dawn of Justice. You could have done a Wonder Woman movie and then do Dawn of Justice, or Man of Steel 3 with Dawn of Justice. Now people say, well, DC trying to keep up with Marvel. This is true. They waited too long and they realized that Marvel was kicking their butts with their movies, so we gotta find a way to just get the Justice League movie out as soon as possible, because Avengers is doing all these great things. So they try to rush it, and by them rushing it, they end up making a really bad movie. Should you watch this movie on Friday night? No, I don't say you should watch it on Friday night. This is a movie you put on a Sunday morning, Saturday afternoon, and just kind of having the background kind of thing. Sit there and watch bits and pieces there. But as far as one of the movies you spend time with friends and family watching and chill, wouldn't do that. Don't waste your time. And grading time. I'm going to grade Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, a D+. The reason why, beginning of the movie is good, the music score of this movie is good, the actors and actresses in the movie is good, the storyline just was the one thing that just didn't work. The storyline didn't work. Jesse Eisenberg, he's a good actor, and I like the character he portrayed, like as in like the fact he committed to the character, but I didn't like who he played. I didn't like the fact that was Lex Luthor. That could be anybody else, it would have worked, but the fact they put Lex Luthor behind it, that's not Lex Luthor, and just doesn't fit. His plan, the storyline with Lex Luthor's plan does not work well, and the fact that Batman vs Superman has a resolve thanks to the word Martha, it's like, okay, no, that doesn't work. The Death of Superman ending, I like the CGI, I like the way the ending played out. We didn't need it in the movie. It was just too much. The movie had too much going on, too much crams, and they try to rush it. And I feel like if they would have took their time, made Man of Steel 2, made Man of Steel 3, or Man of Steel 2, and Batman, a new Batman movie, where it could have been Batman Dawn of Justice, with bringing in Wonder Woman and Batman team up kind of thing, they could have done that. But the fact they put so much in this movie, and then it's over 2 hours and 30 minutes long, for them to try to cram all this in one movie, they really screwed themselves over, and it just doesn't work. So, D+ it is. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. If you've seen Batman vs Superman, what is your thoughts? What do you think? Please put in the comment section below. I'd like to hear what you guys feel about this movie, because you got my thoughts and opinions on it. And thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend about my series. Tell a friend about Grind Towards Success. Tell a friend about the Movie Breakdown series. If you really like these episodes, I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. It means so much. I can't tell you how much it means. Like it's like I'll be really grateful you just told a friend and share and subscribe to the series. And thank you guys for watching this. Also, if you want to follow my journey outside of YouTube or Facebook, you can go to my Instagram page, and you can follow me on my Instagram page at Ali_Zakka. It's right here. Put it right here in my face. That way you're like, where's his face at? Well, it's right behind the Instagram logo. Yeah, but you can follow me on my Instagram page. And also, if you want another episode of Grind Towards Success or Movie Breakdowns, you can watch the episode of Grind Towards Success right here. You can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right there. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Keep being awesome.